Hi, I'm Tristy with Utah Dance Artists, and I'm going to show you a couple ways how to do hair for classes. First, I'm going to start with just a ponytail for jazz classes. And what I do is I just get it nice and wet, so when I'm using my comb, I can just slick it back easier. You could also use gel or hairspray or any other cream product to be able to keep the flyaways or hair back, whatever easier. And I just hold my hand where I want the ponytail, so that's where I'm combing to. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I always like to comb my daughter's hair pretty straight, but. And then I pull it tight, so when I put it in an actual ponytail, it stays tight. And I use these type of elastics. That way, when I put it in, it doesn't fall out. We look down right. And I go through a few times, like I said, because when they're dancing, they're going to be whipping their hair around, and so you don't want the elastic to come out. And as you can see, I'm having to pull that hair through. Okay, so if that's done, I kind of just spray it a little bit. And just get any wispies that are up. So this is just a good hairstyle for them to have for jazz classes, for, to keep their hair away from their face as they're dancing, or if it's whipping in their face while they're doing turns. And also it's just keeps it hair out of their face so it's not distracting while they dance. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do a bun. What's nice is you go directly from the ponytail, and I'm going to show you two different ways so you can decide which way is easiest for you. The first way is I take the ponytail and I just make sure it's kind of smoothed out with my brush. And I actually like to add a little bit of water just so it kind of keeps the hair under control. And all you're going to do is just twist it all the way down to the end of the ponytail. And she does have long hair, so you're going to have different lengths of hair. And I just kind of hold it at the very end, and then I just start twisting it around the ponytail. And then I hold the very end just to make sure it gets tucked underneath all of the hair so it doesn't pop out. And I just use two different types of bobby pins. The reason I do is I feel like these hairpins, so they're kind of like a U shape, they grasp the hair a little bit better and I can grab more. So I just pull it in as an angle and then pull in to the actual hair at the ponytail. I'll show you the other one, how to do it, sorry. Pull it in to the bun, to the actual hair in the ponytail, and stick it in. And I go through and just secure pieces throughout the bun with these. And again, I'm holding that end to make sure it doesn't come out because you don't want it to fall out during class. And I pin it in there. As it's kind of, and then I grab, angle it down, pull the hair in. Okay, and as you can see, it's kind of secure, but what I do is I actually grab a real bobby pin and secure the rest around it. This way, as they're dancing in class, none of the hair falls out. I'm just reinforcing it. And I go all the way around the bun again. So again, you're just sticking it into the bun, grabbing the hair, and pulling it into the ponytail part. And sometimes you kind of get stuck, so you kind of just move it around till the bobby pin goes in. But actually, if it's a little bit tighter, you know that the hair is going to stay. And then I'll just do one more. So that's one way that you can do a bun. All right, now I'm going to show you one other way that you can do a bun. You're going to just take the ponytail, and I always just spray it a little bit. I feel like I have more control of the hair when it's a little bit down. What we're going to do is we're going to put a braid into the hair. And the key is I do it tighter, just because then you have more control of maybe flyaways. And then it's tight going into the bun. And sometimes if it kind of gets, kind of brush it so the hairs are all kind of laying flat. And I try to go to as close to the bottom as I can, and I wet it a little bit more at the bottom because then I feel like I can grasp it a little bit better. And the reason you want to go as close as you can to the bottom is then you have less ends that are sticking out and they're in the braid. So go down, take your elastic and put it in. Because then if it does, bobby pin comes loose, then at least your hair stays in the braid. Okay. Once you're in the braid, I just take it and I just start wrapping around the ponytail. And take that very end and make sure you just tuck it up into the braid. Again, so it's hiding. Then I'm going to take the hairpins again and put it around the whole bun, securing it. So again, your braid kind of sticks up. So what I do is I kind of take the closest piece to the bun and pull it down into it. That way it makes it stay tight. So as you see, it can stay, but what I do is I always reinforce it just so they don't worry about it while they're dancing, and it will always stay in with these bobby pins. And again, just go around the whole entire bun, making sure it's secure. And then what I have my daughter do is I actually have them shake their head and say, shake your head. Does it feel secure and tight? Then you know you've got enough. Sometimes they say, okay, put it right here. And then you know that you have a really stiff bun. You can also, if your daughter has lots of flyaways and the other style that I had done on the bun, you can always take a hairnet and put it on top of the bun to make sure it stays in. And because it's so big, I just double it over. And just to be sure that it doesn't come out, I'll just put a bobby pin at the top and at the bottom, securing that net in there so it doesn't fall out. So it is required to have a bun in all classes. It's because we want to have discipline. It's for focus, etiquette, and structure of ballet. That's the art of ballet, is how their hair is. They just feel like they're a dancer when their hair is in the proper hairstyle.